Well, hello guys, how are you? I am back. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I am back. It is New Year's Eve. Yes, I'm in my scrubs. I look a little ragged. I'm a little bit exhausted, but hey, we have to get on this my New Year's tradition. Every year I make my seafood gumbo. This year it's going to be a little short. It'll be chicken and shrimp only because I couldn't make it to the store to get the crab and all the others. And I won't be doing the party this year, just for various reasons. Not everyone's comfortable going out, coming to, or gathering, I should say. So it's going to be a very small, well, actually, it's going to be me, my daughter, and maybe a friend or two. So we're going to do a smaller pot. But before I get started with that, number one, I do not own the rights to the music in the background if you hear it, but I do need the music. I need to kind of stay pumped up so I can get through. Okay, so like I said, we're starting, I'm making a small batch this year. So I have 4 chicken thighs, and they're pretty small. And then I have a pound of black tiger shrimp, and these are medium to large. Okay, bell pepper, onion, celery. I have my Evergood Hot Link Louisiana brand sausage. And let's talk about the seasoning. I have 4 seasonings here. I'm only going to use one, but I just want to show you some options that you have if you have any of these in your cupboard. I am going to use the Sweet Smoky Joe seafood boil, but I've also used the Tony's Creole seasoning. I've also used the Zatarain's crab boil and Old Bay seasoning. There's a great chance that you have Old Bay, but if you want to try any of these, I got these locally at the market, except for Smoky Joe's. I ordered that on one of the YouTube channels I follow, Cooking and Grilling with AB. You guys go and check him out. If you don't have any of these adobo seasoning salt, paprika, kind of blend it, mix it yourself. But I would suggest going out grabbing some Old Bay. It's probably going to be your easiest, fastest, and available seasoning to get to. All right. So to start, I am going to boil my chicken. That's how I clean it. So just take this in here, and I'm going to fill this with water and just kind of let that boil and cook. And then while that's doing its thing, I will blend celery, bell peppers, and onions. Okay. Okay, so I have my chicken in about just some water just to boil. And this is just cleaning it. You see all that scum on there? This is how I clean mine. I mean, however you want to clean yours. And then this, when it's clean, which is about good now, I would transfer it here. And I have about 8 cups of water. I prefer to use a homemade chicken broth or a seafood broth. But like I said, this... All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to... And let me just add, there is no right or wrong way, in my opinion, on how to make your gumbo. You know, some people like larger chunks, and they'll just chop it up and put it in the water. My preference is to blend the vegetables and put it in. I like to season it before I add my chicken, so I will have the taste that I'm going for. So once this cooks down, I will start to add my seasoning. Once I get the acquired taste, I will add my chicken and shrimp. And while that's cooking, I will start on the roux. Okay, so we're just going to let that cook down for a moment. Again, I am making a simple chicken and shrimp. You can just make a chicken gumbo. You want to go all out and add all the others, crab and, you know, with other seafood. That is your choice. But this is just a simple chicken and shrimp gumbo that I am making. I'm going to let that cook down, like I said, and we will come back. Okay, so we're going to cut up our sausage. Now, you don't have to fry them, but I like to have a little crisp on mine. So I'm going to fry these up and add them to the chicken and the vegetables that are boiling. And we are going to go on from there. Okay, guys, you see this oil down here. Do not get rid of that. I'm going to put this in the base, in the soup. Again, hold on one second. Again, this is how I do mine. All of that oil, when I make my roux, I make mine dry. So if you see other people, they will have their roux, which is flour, cooked in the oil, and they'll continuously stir until it's smooth, and then add it to the pot. And I just like to do mine dry. For me, I can control it more, and it's just easier for me. So I'm gonna scrape this a little bit more, get all that, flavoring. Also, the sausage has sodium salt in it. So before you start adding your seasonings, just kind of take a little test and adjust your seasoning. I'll probably start with 2 tablespoons of the seafood boil and then go from there. All right, so let me clean this out and then we'll come back and get started on the roux. Okay, so I'm going to start with about a cup of flour. And again, this is just how I do my roux. Like I said, if you watch other channels, you will see they will make it like a gravy with the oil. This works for me. Like I said, to each his own. Do what's comfortable for you. The flavor is the most important part, and as long as that comes out correct, then we're good to go. So I'm gonna let this sit here and kind of brown, and we're gonna get it to a copper brown, a brown penny. So this is going to cook up. In the meantime, like I said, the chicken and the sausage are in there. The sausage has a little salt to it. I am going to add 2 tablespoons of the seafood boil. Now this is spicy, so if you decide to order this or buy this offline, keep in mind it is spicy, and that's fine with me. I like, my food spicy. So I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons. And just to counteract and add a little more flavor, I'm going to add a tablespoon of adobo seasoning. I didn't show you that before. I just decided now I'm going to add that. And then we'll just let that cook down, and I shall return. Okay, so you see we got a nice, beautiful brown roux. So let me just tell you, if you decide to make it this way without the oil, the gravy style, and you're going to brown your flour dry, just know it will smoke up. So you need to have on your vent, your smoke detector may go off, so just be mindful of that. And then let's look over here at the gumbo. Look at that nice big, that rich dark chocolate color. So the roux is just going to thicken that up. And after it cooked to the point where the chicken is falling apart, I will add the shrimp. You add your shrimp in there last. So I'm going to start adding the roux. All right, so I'm just going to scoop this in here. Like I said, I browned about a cup. And just however thick you want it, you can keep adding more, make it nice and thick. I like to keep mine maybe a little thinner than normal because I like it like a soup, and serve it over rice. So, again, that's up to your discretion. But you see it's getting that nice chocolatey color. And just add it in slowly until it reaches the consistency that you want. I did taste it, and it had just the right amount of heat because, like I said, that seafood boil is spicy. But now that I'm adding in the flour, it may take off some of that heat. So adjust your seasoning accordingly. So once you get your consistency right, go back in, taste it again. If you need to add more seasoning, go ahead and do that. We're just going to keep adding this in, and this is going to cook up nice and thick. That chicken start to fall apart. Right at the end, I will add in the shrimp. So I'm going to get the camera so you can get a closer look. All right, so our chicken is falling off the bone, and that's what we want. Just to be tender. The fork can just go in there, break it up. And now we can go in and add our shrimp. This is done. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to add the shrimp, let it cook. Shrimp cook very fast, but we want it to absorb the flavor. So careful. Okay. So there's our shrimp. And we're going to wait on our rice. And then we will plate this up. Get a nice photo for our thumbnail. And we are good to go for New Year's Day, because we are not doing anything but sitting back, eating, and relaxing. And if you guys are going out tonight, Please be careful. Wear your mask. Don't drink and drive. Have a designated driver. And we'll be back for that last shot. We'll check on our rice. And I will be ready to eat. Yeah, that's boiling up really nice. All right. See you in a bit. All right. Here is the final product. A little bowl I made for myself because, I have to taste it before the guests come. But it is nice and thick. Well, not thick, more like a soup. You have your rice, you got your sausage. Look at those shrimp. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to spare you me smacking in your ear, but I'm going to go ahead and dig in. Again, share with us how you make your gumbo. Do you add okra or no? What do you do different? Again, this is not a seafood gumbo. This is just chicken and shrimp. So I know people are probably looking for the crab. Not today, not this time, sorry. But again, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you haven't, share with some friends, and let's get that conversation going down in the bottom in the comments section. Happy New Year, everyone. Please be safe. We will see you in 2022.